thing my mother has passed on to me, of course, is to wear your seatbelt, and that common sense is not common. Something that I would like to pass on to the next generation is be kind, work together so you could be awesome, and of course, stay in school.
I think the thing that I remember about her most, aside from her very fun personality, and she was always happy, was that she gave me the freedom to make my choices and trusted me to do whatever I had made that decision to do. And if you ask me what I would like for my children to have learned from me, I think it would probably be the same thing.
One lesson my mom taught me was to enjoy reading and to use it to educate yourself and to not be afraid to explore nature.
I would say one of the most important things that I learned from my mother is, two: patience and respect. To be very patient with everyone and be respectful. And then to answer the second question on what I want my kids or the future generation to know is just to be kind to each other.
One thing that our mom has taught us to value in life is our friends and family.
And I think that future generations should just be themselves and focus and be aware about the world around them.
My mom has taught me the importance of the values of simplicity, service, community, and seeing as neighbors not just those who live next door, but all of those around the world. I would be honored to pass these same ideas on to future generations.
We love you, Nani.
My mother had a very strong work ethic. If a job needed to be done, no matter how messy, mediocre, or fun it was, and it was your responsibility to do it, then with no excuses, do it. And do it timely and to the best of your ability. Also, if you could help someone do a job, then help them as well. Another thing I learned from my mom was to treat others with kindness, compassion, and empathy. I have tried to pass along to my girls that they, as they were growing up, to show kindness and empathy to people they encounter in their lives. Another thing that I wanted to have for my children was an education. I didn't have the opportunity to go to college, but I wanted my children to have an education and the choice of their vocation.
So something that my mother has instilled with me is the idea that we can take literal steps or figurative steps, actions, to help make somebody else's day a little bit easier, whether it's putting up your shopping cart back in the grocery store or doing something extra to help somebody else. And then my thing that I want to instill with future generations is to show and teach that empathy is still a thing that this world needs and values greatly.
Mom, I've learned to appreciate nature and all the changes that it brings and just never lose hope. She was a farm girl. I think that I would like to pass on to the next generation. Nature's beautiful, it's what we are, who we are, and never lose hope.
What I've learned from my mother and what I want to pass on to future generations is the same, and that is that kindness counts. It's important to try and be kind to everyone, no matter who they are and where they're from. We don't always know people's backstory and why they do what they do. Sometimes when people do things that annoy us, it's because they're doing things that they're just trying to get their needs met. And so if we can try and approach people with kindness, that's the way that we can be our best selves and do what Jesus calls us to do.